Hair's looking crazy today. I couldn't be bothered to make it look good, so I just threw on the headband. Keep it out of my face. Okay. Let's. It's. I need to get curtains for this window, Because it's just too bright. Okay, microphone's on. We can start sharing the screen. So, if you can't tell, I don't have my headset on. But I got the speakers going. So I'm hoping that you can. Hello. I'm hoping you'll be able to hear the game playing from the speakers. So let me know if it's like too loud or something, okay? Right now we are like in the middle of combat. Give me a second. We're still trying to escape this Xenos prison place. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but we don't like it. Can you hear the game okay? Let me know how if you can hear the game or not, or if it's too loud or whatever. Pascal's turn is over. Heinrich's turn. There was a Xeno over here. Where did he go? Is he dead? There's these two guys. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I guess we killed the other guy. Okay, cool. Thanks for letting me know, babe. So we'll see if we can sprint. Can we sprint to this guy? We can. We can. We're not going to do that yet. We're gonna run here, and then we're going to control 3 him.
But of course.
So what that's going to do is that's going to gain 24% armor and 7 damage on melee attacks against that target. If the target of the warrior during this round, if the target attacks the warrior gains 1 AP. So we always want to mark a target as a sworn enemy before we attack them, at least with melee strikes. And then Heinrichs is he's gonna boost his own. This will gain 22 strength and toughness until the end of combat, which is really nice for him because that gives us strength 77. And strength affects the damage a character inflicts with melee weapons. So like we did here, we moved here, we made him a sworn enemy to do more damage, and then we gave ourselves Iron Arm to do more damage, and then now we can charge him to move there for free, get a strike in there, and then we still have an AP left to do a regular melee strike. What's really nice about this charge ability is that it does not count towards your this attack does not count toward the attack limit. So you can always charge and then strike. So we use up all our AP and all our movement, so that's great. Oh no, what's going on here? Oh crap! Reinforcements. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. We got a grenade, don't we? Yes, we do. We're going to throw a grenade right there. That did great. Can we shift 3? Okay, so now we're going to use Voice of Command on him, which increases all their characteristics by plus 20 for 1 round. So we saw Heinrich's was at 77. Now he's at 97 strength because of the Voice of Command. So he's going to do more damage on his melee. And then now we can shift 3 him so that he can do that right now. So we could do this Psychic Force Strike, a special attack that counts as a major psychic power. But you see this veil, this bar here? See how high it is? That's too high. That's too risky to be doing major psychic stuff because bad things happen when you do that. Is this guy still marked as sworn enemy? He is. Okay. So we're not going to be doing any We're gonna put a defensive stance here. So this one, he gains 10 plus 2 times the number of unyielding beacon stacks. How much unyielding beacon stacks do we have? 2. Each attack against the Vanguard grants him 1 stack of unyielding beacon. Each stack increases the resolve. Okay. So he needs to be hit to get more unyielding beacons. But that's fine. We can still do the defensive stance because he'll gain parry percentage until his next turn. And then when he does parry, he gets an immediate attack of opportunity. And then we're just going to make a strike. 125. Big hit from him. Good deal. I'm worried about this over here now. I think I'm going to move the front line to here with Heinrich. So the front line marks with 4x4. All allies gain 25% bonus to armor, and all enemies suffer plus 27 more damage from any source. So this is just a buff area for our and a debuff for the enemy, which is really tight. We like that. We're going to move him back here so he doesn't get – he's got a little bit more distance.
Something worse.
Good. We got her cornered there, which is awesome. That's totally fine. Hold on. I got to get back – I got to get to the kitchen. Just be right back. Boom. Okay, so now it's Cassia's turn. Woo woo. Woo woo. Cassia has turned into a pretty good damage dealer. Like, see how this guy hasn't moved? It's because we've kept him in place. But we might end up doing here. Oh, we're just going to kill all these guys.
Battlefield.
So as a navigator, she has that third eye that's like right here. Yeah, and apparently it's not nice to get looked at by that third eye, right? So she can do a big area of attack like that and just wipe out enemies if they're in sight. Now, what do we do? Do we give Argenta another turn? We can't do it to Pascal. He's already been turned. We can't do it to him. Can't do it to him. I guess that leaves Argenta. I mean, we could also just try to attack some things. Like, we'll mark him as a target. Now, what that does is, if that enemy is killed by one of the Master Tactician's allies before the beginning of the next turn, the ally gains plus 10, plus 2 times the ally's resolve momentum, and plus 5 to all characteristics until the end of combat. So they get bonuses. Whoever kills it gets a bonus. So we'll shift 3 him as well. That'll scare him away. He'll take some damage and get closer to Pascal here, who's going to be the one to hit him. And then I guess we'll voice of command Cadmus Alexei. He gets some temporary wounds and turn. Parry, and then look at that strike. He parried again. Heinrichs is a beast. That's why we like that defensive stance. Oh, he didn't move that much. We might have Argenta kill this guy. She gets 7 shots for this. Yeah, get over there and shoot this dude.
Move through me. Be the fire in my heart.
Ruined. Good job, Argenta. And we'll just throw this nowhere, actually. We'll reload.
Is worthless.
And then we'll entrench. So entrenching spends all their AP, but they gain cover efficiency. And then next time they use this run and gun, they get additional the unspent AP and MP. So we'll entrench her since we don't really have anything else for her to do. All right, Abelard's turn. He's all up in this vicious face right now. So temporary hit points, sworn enemy. We're gonna do the forceful strike. It'll push her away, but she's stuck in this corner, so she won't actually move, and I think it'll knock her down. And then we can just wail on her while she's on the ground. So Control 2, forceful strike. Oh, she stayed upright. Boo.
Indeed.
Flamer Strike will do it. And then we're going to pop this stim.
It will be done.
So that we can do more stuff. Shift 5. So this is a devastating attack. If it hits, they make a toughness resistance test with a -16 penalty. Why is it 16? 2 times the Arch Militant's ballistic skill bonus or weapon skill bonus. His weapon skill bonus is 8. So okay, cool. So if not, it'll make him bleed, I think. And since we already attacked once, we can't use this one again. We can't use these again. But because of his class ability, we have this Wildfire, which the next attack will cost 0 AP and not count towards the attack limit. So we can attack him again, basically. Right now it costs 2.
I'm not interested.
Oops.
I will.
But it gets cheaper to use per combat if you do back-to-back, like alternating strikes with like melee, shoot. Look. We just did that automatically because we have this super cool sword, this dueling sword. Anytime a critical hit is struck, the wielder has a weapon in the other hand. They immediately tack it. So it's perfect, just like shoot, strike, building up. See, look, this was 2 AP before. Now it's 1 AP. Easy money. It's great. Hold on, I gotta run back to the kitchen. All right. So Abelard is a beast going back and forth with his strikes. It's super awesome. We also have an ability that when we use these consumables here, like this stem we used a minute ago to get these, it counts towards that alternating. So it's like swipe, shoot, stem, swipe, shoot, stem. And we can rack up those versatilities very quickly. Unfortunately, there's nothing else we can do. Even though he has a lot of movement points, we're just going to keep this chick here. So we'll end his turn. Ooh, he dodges. Good job, Heinrichs. Now it's Pascal's turn. Pascal is a badass. Although he can't move as much as he usually can for some reason. I think he just needs to come over here and support. I mean, he could probably take on these two guys by himself, which is pretty tight. So get over here, Pascal. So we'll shift 2. So shift 2 is analyze enemies. They immediately gain 4 exploits. And exploits, I don't really fully understand how the exploits work with these operatives. I just don't get it. There's too far for a grenade. I think they're too far for our Melta as well. Yeah, they're out of range. So unfortunately, there's not much we can do. I guess we'll shift 5s. This says allies attacks also removes exploits and deals 7 more damage. I mean, why not? Deal extra damage is cool. We can also control 5, which allies get more damage against marked targets, and then they gain half of the bounty hunter's current bonuses from hunt down the prey. Unfortunately, we can't attack with him. We can't. Usually he's a lot faster than this. I mean, we could stem. You know what? We're gonna do it because now we can get here, and we might be able to strike. They're still out of range, but we'll still move here. I think we can throw a grenade. Yeah, let's throw a grenade. Not much damage, but it's something, I guess.
This way.
They're going to bully Heinrichs. He's on that defensive stance, brother. He's parrying. Strike. 164. Heinrichs is a badass. Now it's his turn to mess things up. Get this guy out of here. Oh, so cool, man. So now what we're gonna charge him out. Since we cleared that up, Heinrichs didn't even have to make a move, dog. He just did it. Well, I'll be right back. Heinrich's over here being the absolute beast. You know, I think we're going to do our Daring Breach. So whenever we're doing well enough, we'll fill up our momentum bar, and we can do like an ultimate ability. And this, it restores all AP and MP, gives him additional movement, and performing attacks does not, there's no limit on his attacks. So we'll just do that. Look, we can get all the way over here. And we're just going to start hacking away at these guys. We're going to get there and immediately defensive stance, because that defensive stance was just so good. And then we'll just start swiping. Boom.
I won't object to nothing.
102. Crazy.
For the throne of glory.
Insanity.
But of course, your reckoning is
We wiped him just like that.
the Emperor.
And then we can
is
close
on our
that
side.
distance in. Shield bash this dude. Boom. And then he can end. Now it's Pascal's turn again. Pascal's going to get in there. I don't know why he's so slow right now. Analyze them. Control 4. Oh, I forget that uses all of his like movement and stuff. We're going to try to get in here and help out Abelard over here.
Never wavered in the face of adversity.
Let's see if we can give him an extra turn.
Nothing I can't
Give
do.
him more momentum. Yeah. But first, let's designate that area for buffs. Shift 3 for an extra turn for this guy. And then he's already on fire. So we'll just
At your
swipe
beck and
him.
call.
101, pretty good. And then we can wildfire again.
It will be done. An exemplary
121, phenomenal. And then we can shoot him
strike. Not a problem for me.
and try to hit him, I guess is what I should have said.
All too easy. Cut you miscreant.
And he's stuck right there. I think they made an attack on Heinrichs, but I kind of missed it. We're going to try to help out killing this one because she's the heavy hitter here right now. Control 1 so that she becomes cursed.
Tactics.
All warp damage is increased by 34% and others by 17%. So then we can...
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Uh-oh. What's going on now?
Yes.
Health regened! Boo.
If only that were possible.
We can give my guy a turn. And then we can use the finest hour on Abelard so that he can just start swiping away again. We want
At your beck and call.
devastating attack.
It will be done. Target
Make it
well
hit.
struck.
Is this guy... Look, he's suffering. Look at this suffering. Toughness is 82, though. They are a sworn enemy. Okay. We just keep on swiping, you know.
I will do my an exemplary strike. Indeed. It will be done. Target well struck. An exemplary strike.
Doing hundreds at a time is amazing. We're going to
Victory
use
is
this. Intoxicating elixir. And then we can just shoot this guy.
imminent.
Nice.
Another clean strike.
Hell yeah, brother. And then we can
Suits
buff
my
this area
purposes.
even more with Stronghold Stratagem. Now it's Argenta's turn. Argenta does not have a lot of movement. Oh, there's a turret right here? Since when has there been a fucking turret right here? I didn't even know. Is there another one on this end? There is. That's so weird. I didn't even know that.
I will bathe this battlefield
Well,
in
we'll go
righteous
right
fury.
here. Use this to increase our double our fire rate. So that we attack 14 times, which is crazy. And we can shift 6 on this thing.
I was chosen.
Do some damage. Did we hit this thing at all? We did not. That sucks. Ouch. It did shoot us there. Yay, now it's Abelard's turn. And he can just go ham on this dude. Shift 5 for Devastating Strike. Do
I
it.
will do my duty.
Boom.
Well struck. An exemplary.
And we struck again because we got the critical.
At your beck
That's
and
so awesome, dude.
call. Indeed.
We're just hacking this chick
Sure
into the
have.
ground. We're just shy of able to do it, but she'll die next round.
Suffered worse.
Ouch. But we can stack more of them on there, and then remove all of them to reduce his health, which is pretty good, not gonna lie. And then we can strike him. 61, pretty good. Now it's Heinrich's turn. Big boy Heinrichs. Sworn enemy.
Naturally.
Strike.
Nothing stands
Oh,
against me.
almost dead. Almost dead. I don't think we can do anything else. I mean, I suppose we could shift for Pascal, so Pascal's got extra strength. Now it's Catamus's turn again. Can we kill him?
Already done.
Yes, we can. Nice. That's awesome, dude. We'll just end the turn. Cassia's turn. Cassia, get over here. Get over here and kill this dude.
The navigator is coming.
Oh. I gotta eat my lunch too, you know.
I am a navigator.
Woo! I need a napkin. We found this Aldari guy. He's like, I can open the webgate for you. All right, brother, come with. Hell yeah. We can finally get out of this hellhole.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Thanks for your help, brother. Ooh. We don't care about this alien xenotech. At the beginning of combat, the wearer gains the shadow field effect. While under this effect, the wearer counts as being in full cover against all ranged attacks. The effect is lost when the wearer is hit by a ranged attack and suffers damage from it. That's pretty tight, you know. It's not a bad deal at all. Okay, that's pretty good too. Intelligence bonus, dodge to wear and allies is pretty tight. Monkey hide cape. Decreases all incoming damage except direct damage by -1%. Let's get out of here. Take me home, Webway Gate, to the place I belong.
With the physical horrors of Kimura behind them, a long and arduous journey, possible only with the help of a Xenos guide, lay ahead for the rogue trader and his party. From one strange destination to the next, through unknowable environments, the mere sight of which could drive one to madness.
Hello, Nose.
Despite the challenges, they managed to escape the labyrinthian webway and find their way back. Home?
Home. Oh, would you look at that? Back on Janus. We like that. Earlier in the game, we let them live on this planet. Let them remain on this planet. Moran's silhouette emerges from the dense foliage without disturbing a single blade of grass. He addresses you in an accusatory tone of dissatisfaction. I sensed your mind, monkey. Why are you skulking by the webway gate? Why have you come to the Lilithan in secret? Do you intend ill for us? Upon noticing Eklendil, he was the Aldari we found there, he flinches and says solemnly, Brother Eklendil, I praise Asturian for the fortune of seeing you again. Please step under my protection without delay. Brother Moran, I do not feel threatened, not anymore. I just cut down a good 100 Eldari in Kimura. Keep up that tone and you'll become the 101st. We'll play along. Now I see the gate refused to obey me because it was sealed from within. By the Dark Ones, no doubt. The Lilithan was meant to become a slaughterhouse for the Drukhari. Your kinsman helped us escape from Kimura. This is where Clendil's path and yours diverge, monkey. He will stay with us when you leave. Wow. Draw a weapon. I would say a ransom. We will speak of my kin's fate no longer. All that was meant to be said has been said. We will send instructions to our Monkey serve allies to provide you with a means of transportation. Farewell, Monkey. I am pleased that our meeting did not spill blood into the Leviathan's womb. I was thinking about killing you, buddy, because, quite frankly, messing around with all those Eldari and Kimura kind of pissed me off. And I was ready to kill more of you guys. But I guess I should be glad I let you guys live here because you were there to... I could teleport there. If I had destroyed everything, I wouldn't be able to do that. Where has my ship been all this time? The Officers' Council decided to take the ship to Footfall, where one can hear the gossip of the entire expanse. Our agents tirelessly searched for information about your lordship. We had heard even a whisper of where you were imprisoned. We would immediately launch a rescue expedition. I trust that you would. Oh. State-of-the-art Argus systems. I think that means we can go back to that one planet. Cool. Achilles turned out to be a traitor. He helped the Drukari abduct me and hide me in Kimura. Lies! Lies? Achilles Scalander, a traitor. If that damned wretch is still alive, we'll hunt him down no matter what system he's hiding in. I don't know if that corrupt sellout is capable of feeling love for anything or anyone, but if he does, we'll find it and destroy it. Enough empty talk. Your master is waiting for a proper celebration. Glory to the rogue trader. Glory to House von Valencius. Lord Captain, the senior officers will report to you shortly. In your absence, we received a number of astropathic messages and dispatches that demand your attention. Oh boy. Nomos. The group of servitors suddenly stirs, their movements frighteningly identical even for automatons. They stare at you and say in perfect unison, "Hello, Nomos have come to welcome you back. We sense that a great deed has been done, a vivid imprint on existence. You did something very important. What was it?" "I triumphed over the enemies of humanity by pitting the archenemy's blight against that of the Xenos. One day, they will all fall before the sacred flame. For now, we can be satisfied with having enemies of Terra destroy one another." Did Nomos say it correctly? The servitor chorus, which sounds as a single voice, falls silent. Nomos appears to be waiting for your response in eager anticipation. Your curiosity deserves approval. A servant should strive to understand their master. Nomos have a poor understanding of the concept of servitude. We must reflect. The chorus of servitors pauses as if a controlling entity is busy thinking. We must go now. We will come to speak with you later. Another pause follows so long that the silence becomes more piercing than a scream. Then the servitors finally break it. We are glad to see reorder restored and the head of the dynasty resume his reign. We were concerned about you and your well-being. One can detect with the naked eye the moment when Nomos leaves the bridge. The servitors stop moving in sync and slowly shuffle off to their posts. Danrock adjusts his jackets before addressing you. Now then, Lord Captain, shall we get to business? We have a number of items to go over. The Expanse is in flames, your lordship. Squadrons and smaller groups of despicable Drukhari raid our system. The cult of the Final Dawn has emerged in full force, wreaking havoc everywhere. We've heard rumors of the fall of Santil's Pride, House Corda's world. An outrageous sacrilege given how abundant and inexpensive promethium is there. Strife has broken out between House Winterscale and House Corda. Chaos reigns everywhere. Only the esteemed Lord Inquisitor is trying to fight it, concentrating all available forces at Footfall to draw them into a fist that will smash the rampaging heretics and Xenos vermin. So Xavier Calcazar is leading the defense? Exactly. The esteemed Lord Inquisitor Calcazar has declared himself warden of the Coronis Expanse and issued orders to requisition troops. He has made Footfall his base of operations, as it was the most logistically convenient point. From there, his fleet strikes throughout the Expanse, destroying the forces of the Cult of the Final Dawn and the abominable Drukhari. He may be all that currently stands in the way of the Expanse being reduced to ashes. When heretics laid siege to Euphrates II, the hallowed forge of the Cognizance fleet, the Lord Inquisitor sent an enormous force. Now they and the Explorator squadrons, recalled from the front line, stand together against the heretics in the battle for the sacred planet. How fare the worlds of my dynasty? The heretics' malicious acts make it difficult to maintain astropathic contact with the colonies. The Cult of the Final Dawn strikes everywhere, and their sleeper agents are active on every planet. On Vebos 6, a mutiny was crushed after a group of newly arrived prisoners succumbed to blasphemous propaganda. But other worlds stand firm against the onslaught of the enemies of humanity and do not succumb to their pernicious influence. Lord Captain, the Seneschal weighs his words carefully. I hate to say that while you were away, Dragona saw a series of revolts among its rabble. Charges of orchestrating those revolts, undermining the capital's economy, and conspiring against you were brought against my family members. Governor Drivestem had the perpetrators executed, every last one of them. I assure you, those events happened without my knowledge, and I came as a genuine shock to me. Dragonis has been fully restored to order now, which is all that matters. What kind of strife between Incendia and Caligos? When the esteemed Lord Inquisitor called upon the rogue traders to join his forces, her ladyship Incendia Corda heeded the summons, while his lordship Caligos Winterscale ignored it. Rumor has it that his refusal was defiant in manner and served as a pretext for Lady Corda to declare war on House Winterscale. The Winterscale ships are being hunted. and his worlds occupied under the pretense of compelling them to submit to the Imperial Creed. Surprisingly, for all his love of fighting, Winterscale is in no hurry to defend his domain. According to intercepted astropathic messages, he and his retinue are currently on Quetzal Temer, hunting down a Xenos fleet. Aldari, by all appearances. What kind of Xenos are attacking the Expanse? Drukari, your lordship? Who else would it be? Their squadrons, both large and small, are invading the Expanse, unleashing carnage on planets, taking captives by the thousands, and attacking ships. It is as if something has poked their nest, if you will, and now they are lashing out. I wonder if that was us. Is there anything else I should know? There have been other minor developments. If you so wish, I will gladly bring you up to speed on the bridge. I would not want them to take any time away from this occasion. Thank you for the report. What's this vault? Oh, I can put stuff in there? I have come across some really special stuff I didn't really want to get rid of, but I mean, what does it matter? You know? What is this? Shrine of Remembrance? Are these people that have died or something? I don't understand. Heinrich's buddy.
To what do I owe this visit?
I want to discuss the cult of the Final Dawn. What can you tell me about
The
it?
cult's ordinary members are humans who have been corrupted by the archenemy, traitors to the Imperium, and accomplices of chaos. Participation in the cult's rituals always entails brainwashing, literally and figuratively. The longer cult members spend among other cultists, the less critically they think, and the more closely they resemble obedient livestock, stripped of their fear and instinct for self-preservation. The worst of them go to their deaths without an inkling of doubt, ready to take hundreds and thousands of souls with them. As for those at the top of the cult's hierarchy, we have not yet managed to get a lead on all of the cult's leaders. I imagine that some of them are hiding in the depths of the Coronis Expanse, but those who are orchestrating the fanatics on nearby worlds are hiding very well indeed, or receiving protection from above. Governors, commanders, rogue traders. History is full of those who neglect their duty to the Golden Throne and seek allies in the wrong places. As you wish.
All right. Good dog. Okay. We have lots of things. How many weapons do we have? We already have lots of provisions. Oh, these are all contracts. I see. We already have a lot of that. We have a lot of those things. We could complete this contract, I suppose. People are always in low supply. Profit factor for Flogison? No. Profit factor for Xenotech? No. We can't afford that. Xenotech for weapons? No. Chemicals for plasteel? Yes. Okay, that works. Go to Footfall, Nameless Star. I talked to these officers, but I didn't really find anything. Yeah, I'll save the game for sure. Nice. Some sweet frags. Love it. Can we do anything? Probably nothing we want to do. Oh, yes. We got more of these ranks. Let's go. Oh, boy. Can we do this? We'll lose complacency, but gain some provisions and efficiency. What's the current? Efficiency's at 10, which is pretty solid, isn't it? Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. Okay, Holy Prophet. The date for the payment of the tithe approaches. However, by making use of the corrupt practices of the administratum, one could find a way to keep both Psychers and the thrones. This doesn't block anything, so why not? I love the profit factor and the people is cool, I guess. Execute. Janice got some good stuff for us. We lost efficiency, but we gained complacency. Security's at 10. That's awesome. Okay, wow, we did all this stuff. We can't do that. Payment in organs. The large increase in tithes may be supplemented by a decree that addresses the current shortfalls in other ways. Complacency -3, profit factor, and efficiency. What does complacency do? Profit factor produced by the colony and the speed of projects in which. Okay, so we kind of like complacency. A secret lair. A new secret lodge of Xenos specialists will decipher the written records left by the ancient Xenos that once inhabited Janus. I'll cost some Xenotech. And we lose some security, but gain efficiency. I think that's fine. I like Secret Lair. Kawagama, what you got? Efficiency 10, complacency 7, security 6. Brand of the Motive Force. It is possible to utilize all of Kiyogama's potential by covering its surface in a huge electu. The whole world will be wrapped in a grandiose potentia coil. It's expensive, but I mean, look, security and efficiency, yeah, execute. Boom. Easy. Falstone. What's going on, Falstone? False wonders. By showing illusions to the masses, it is possible to gain a lot of attention and attract pilgrims. Profit factor and people, you say? Crucible. After millennia of lying under the monastery, St. Cognatius's titanic machine will soon be launched. It will take resources to awaken the relic, but doing so will bring glory to the Von Valancius name. The Holy Man feature grants 10% damage for 2 turns and plus 20 temporary wounds when a character uses their origin ability. But we get complacency and profit factor, and we have everything to do it. Phlogiston is kind of low. Chemicals are running out. Mechanisms. I mean, we could do it. We got everything to do it. Let's just hit it. Let's just say go. 4 profit factor gained. Label 6, Lord Captain. The astropathic choir has caught glimpses of horrifying visions coming from Vebo 6. Something has breached the colony from underground. Soon after a new sector of deep tunnels had been put into operation, it was overrun by monsters. They lurk in the darkness, swarm in the shadows, attack quietly, and leave nothing in their wake, consuming flesh, plasteel, and rockcrete. The churring of 1,000 claws heralds their approach, and desperate cries can be heard in the silence of the tunnels. Praise be the Golden Throne, these creatures do not seem to be interested in getting to the surface. However, they have seized several active mines and are doing Emperor only knows what to them. Arm the convicts and overseers and have them fight the invaders. Blow up the tunnels to prevent any more casualties. Master of Inferno. All allies gain plus 10 demolition and deal plus 10 more fire damage. What is this? This item negates all energy damage dealt to the wearer, but it cannot occur more than 3 times per combat. It's pretty cool. What do my advisors say? The threat is unknown. Establishing the nature of the threat is a top priority. Collateral losses are insignificant. Requesting authorization to coordinate an offensive operation to be carried out by the penal battalions in order to determine the nature of the attack. We have to block off this retreat and protect the people. To do this, we must blow up the tunnels, but to make sure that the plan works, it has to be done in areas securely occupied by this unknown enemy. I'm sure that a dozen brave souls can be found in the colony, ones willing to accept the grace of martyrdom and carry the explosives into the darkness below. I like listening to Pascal. May our tactical analysis be graced by optimality. The plan of Magos Huneman was constructed with ruthless logical perfection, weighing in efficiency against human losses. The smaller units are sacrificed without hesitation in order to preserve the larger forces. The Vebo 6 defense squads met with the swarm in the darkness, monstrous insects clad in metal carapaces, and tearing everything apart with their mandibles. The carnage inside the narrow caves cost many lives, but in the end the creatures were exterminated, and their vile lair, not unlike a metallic crypt. You know what that sounds like to me? Necrons. I'm worried about that. I'm worried about that. We don't like Necrons, man. We don't fuck with Necrons, man. If you thought the Drukhari were a pain in the ass, and they are, the Necrons will give you something to think about. Mechanisms for some plasteel. We got plasteel. Chemicals for efficiency. We don't have many chemicals. Lair in the void. The abandoned void station in orbit around Bevos 6 may be turned into a secret den for the pirates of the Coronis Expanse. An iron eye grenade. Creatures caught in the corrosive grenade blast area suffer a minus their current armor divided by 2% armor decrease. We get weapons and Fellowship of the Void. Profit factor. But it blocks Holy Servitude and Extractium Metallica. The master artisans of the Adeptus Mechanicus deep in the mines on Vebos 6, where thundering seismic cannons will tear through rock to free precious ores. We'll get more mobile extractiums. It's cool. Some plasteel. It'll cost us some mechanisms and phlogiston. Those are both things I don't have a lot of right now. Vigilance. A marvelous compact weapon in the form of a ring that allows the wearer to fire a melta-scorching shot once per combat. That's crazy. Profit factor in the Jerusians. And we got lots of Promethean, don't we? Yeah, we got 23. I think we're going to do this. I think we're going to do Lair in the Void. Execute. Okay, things are moving along. Oh, Falstone. Lord Captain, the Crucible's great sculpting is underway. Falstone is being transformed right before our eyes into a fertile world with lush groves and clean water. However, there is evidence that the Crucible has also created humans. From the mouth of the relic came several thousand people who, speaking an archaic form of Low Gothic, demanded to be given orders. They cultivate land, build houses, and production facilities with obedience, and in general have a remarkable range of skills and knowledge. However, it seems that these people are completely lack of their own free will, and for this, the monks have named them Touched. There is a split among the faithful. Though many call it a miracle sent by the emperor himself and want to quickly put the touch to work, a part of the population is frightened by these soulless creatures born from the ancient machine. They demand the planet's learned men intervene in the great sculpting and find a way to stop the production of the touched. How dangerous are these touched? They do not appear to pose a threat. The autopsy of several specimens has shown that they are psychologically identical to ordinary humans. No traces of corruption or Xeno influence were found either. However, their obedience is a double-edged sword. They obey any orders without knowing or caring who gives them, and thus nothing prevents a cunning intruder from bending them to their will, creating an army of obedient slaves or spies at their disposal. Not surprising. One thing, my officers. They were begotten by the relic of St. Cognatius, which means their existence pleases the emperor. Your people must be reminded that it is so. Arrange a public ceremony of tonsure to initiate the touched into the Order of the Hammer, and a service dedicated to reading parables of the acts of St. Cognatius and his followers. Lack of will, registering a high probability of manufacturing failure within the Crucible's sacred processes. It is recommended to dispose of the finished batch of units and halt production of new ones. The algorithm of the great sculpting requires further examination. Let them be. The public induction of the touched, along with their diligent service, eventually solidified their image in the minds of the people as the executors of Saint Cognatius's will, sent to the faithful to ease their burdens during the great sculpting. Any concerns about the touch possibly posing a danger were completely dispelled. Excellent. Okay, is that all my colonies? I think so. Are there more? Oh, I think it's trying to tell me that you can do this. You can do this. Well, I don't know if I want to do this, okay? Like, I don't need provisions right now. I don't need weapons right now. I mean, I could use mechanisms, but I can't even afford it. I could use, tech, but I don't want to spend that. I might do this, because 2 is pretty boo-boo. But we can find more. I think we got a couple of extractiums. We have 20 plasteel. So Lord Inquisitor and the Lord Captain. I mean, this is the most curious thing. Like, why does he not care? Not sure at all. Not sure at all. Well, I'm going to call it here. I'll save the game. My buddy Jack is on. He's playing Hell Let Loose, so I'm going to hop over to Hell Let Loose. I'll be streaming from there if you want to continue watching. I hope you enjoyed this little bit during your lunch break. Girly, you're my favorite person in the whole world, and I'll see you later. Toodles!